Mataji, now your voice is very low.
Okay, Mataji. Anybody
Yeah,
can
now it's okay. Now it's okay. Yeah, now it's fine.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, very much. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Pavan God, Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam. So today, Prabhu is going to cover third canto, 16th chapter, 21 to 24 shlokas. So over to you, Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Just give me a minute. I'm just connecting my mic.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu.
And then you want me to share the screen, right?
Prabhu, actually, Mataji is here. Channa Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Can you share, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, I will do.
Please, Mataji. So, Prabhu, Mataji will share.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mataji. So, am I audible? My mic is
Yes,
audible?
Prabhu. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mataji. So thank you very much for the opportunity to serve Shrimad Bhagavatam and to serve all the devotees. So before we start, I'll quickly chant the pranam mantra. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshumritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, thank you very much, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity, and all the devotees assembled here. Thank you so much. So, can you screen share, Mataji? So, (3.6.21), yeah, 21 to 24. Okay. No, not 16. 3.6. Right.
It is 3.16 to 20, from 21 to 24, right, Prabhu?
1 minute. Let me, because I was told 3.6 to 21, Mataji. 6:21, not 16. 3:6:21.
It is 16 only, I think, Prabhu.
Okay. Can you, Narayan Mataji?
Chapter 16, Prabhu. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Prabhu. Chapter
Narayan.
16.
16
Chapter 16. Yeah.
from Shloka 21.
Okay, wonderful. But the message I received from you is says 3:6:21. Okay.
Is it Prabhu?
Yeah. So maybe you can check. No problem. Om Namo Bhagavate. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So now I have to I didn't prepare anything, but let me try my best. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Okay, 3:16:21. Yastam vivita chariter anuvartamanam natyadriyat parama bhagavata prasanga satvam dijanu pada punya raja punyam Srivatsa Lakshma Kimmaga Bhagavajanastvam. Okay, can you go to the translation? Okay. So can somebody read the translation? Can somebody read the translation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Yes, tam vivikta charitair anuvartamana.
Sorry, translation, Mataji. Translation. Read the translation.
Okay, Prabhu.
Shloka
Sorry.
will do only online because of the...
Sorry, Prabhu. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O Lord, you are exceedingly attached to the activities of your pure devotees. Yet you are never attached to the goddesses of fortune who constantly engage in your transcendental loving service. How can you be purified, therefore, by the dust of the path traversed by the Brahmanas? And how can you be glorified or made fortunate by the marks of Srivatsa on your chest? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can somebody read the purport?
Haribol, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is said in the Brahma Samhita that the Lord is always served by many hundreds of thousands of goddesses of fortune in his Vaikuntha planet. Yet because of his attitude of renunciation of all opulences, he is not attached to any one of them. The Lord has 6 opulences: unlimited wealth, unlimited fame, unlimited strength, unlimited beauty, unlimited knowledge, and unlimited renunciation. All the demigods and other living entities worship Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, just to get her favor. Yet the Lord is never attached to her because he can create an unlimited number of such goddesses for his transcendental service. The goddesses of fortune, Lakshmi, is sometimes envious of the tulasi leaves which are placed at the lotus feet of the Lord, for they remain fixed there and do not move. Whereas Lakshmi ji, although stationed by the chest of the Lord, sometimes has to please other devotees to pray for her favor, who pray for her favor. Lakshmi ji sometimes has to go to satisfy her numerous devotees, but Tulasi leaves never forsake their position, and the Lord therefore appreciates the service of the Tulasi more than the service of Lakshmi. So when the Lord says that it is due to the causeless mercy of the Brahmanas, the Lakshmi ji does not leave him. We can understand that Lakshmi is attracted by the opulence of the Lord, not by the Brahmana's benedictions upon him. The Lord is not dependent on anyone's mercy for his opulence. He is always self sufficient. The Lord's statement that his opulence is due to the benediction of the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas is only to teach others that they should offer respect to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Haribol. Thank you, Srila
Thank you.
Prabhupada.
Next sloka.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, I've just checked. It's my mistake. I've told 6 rather than 16. So my mistake, devotees. So today Prabhu is totally unaware of these, shlokas. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm really sorry,
Haribol.
Prabhu. Really sorry.
No problem, Mataji. That's why. It's okay. It happens sometimes. We all are humans and we tend to make mistakes. It's okay. And it's like testing the one's ability. Dharmasya te bhagavata striyuga tripi swai padvis characharam idam duja devatarham nunam vratam tad abhighati rajastamascha satvena no varadaya tanuvanirasya. Can somebody read the translation and perfect?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation.
Yes,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord, you are the personification of all religion. Therefore, you manifest yourself in 3 millenniums, and thus you protect this universe, which consists of animate and inanimate beings. By your grace, which is of pure goodness and is the bestower of all blessings, kindly drive away the elements of rajas and tamas for the sake of the demigods and twice born. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad.
Hare Krishna. Shall I
Hare
read the
Krishna, offered by Divine Lord Srila Prabhupada teacher. The Lord is addressed in this verse as Sri Yuga, or one who appears in 3 millenniums, namely the Satya, Dwapara, and Treta Yuga. He is not mentioned as appearing in the 4th millennium or Kali Yuga. It is described in Vedic literature that in Kali Yuga he comes as a Channa Avatara or an incarnation, but he does not appear as a manifest incarnation. In the other yugas, however, the Lord is a manifest incarnation and therefore he is addressed as Sri Yuga, or the Lord who appears in 3 yugas. Sridhara Swami describes Sri Yuga as follows. Yuga means couple and 3 means 3. The Lord is manifested as 3 couples by his 6 opulences or 3 couples of opulences. In that way, he can be addressed as Sri Yuga. The Lord is the personality of religious principles. In 3 millenniums, religious principles are protected by 3 kinds of spiritual culture, namely austerity, cleanliness, and mercy. The Lord is called Tri Yuga in that way also. In the age of Kali, these 3 requisites to spiritual culture are almost absent, but the Lord is so kind that in spite of Kali Yugas being devoid of these 3 spiritual qualities, he comes and protects the people of this age in his covered incarnation as Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is called covered because although he is Krishna himself, he presents himself as a devotee of Krishna, not directly Krishna. The devotees pray to Lord Chaitanya, therefore, to eliminate their stock of passion and ignorance, the most conspicuous assets of this yuga. In the Krishna conscious movement, one cleanses himself of the modes of passion and ignorance by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, as introduced by Lord Chaitanya. The 4 Kumaras were cognizant of their situation in the modes of passion and ignorance because, although in Vaikuntha they wanted to curse devotees of the Lord, since they were conscious of their own weakness, they prayed to the Lord to remove their still existing passion and ignorance. The 3 transcendental qualifications, cleanliness, austerity, and mercy, are the qualifications of the twice born and the demigods. Those who are not situated in the quality of goodness cannot accept these three principles of spiritual culture. For the Krishna conscious movement, therefore, there are three sinful activities which are prohibited, namely illicit sex, intoxication, and eating food other than the prasada offered to Krishna. These three prohibitions are based on the principles of austerity, cleanliness, and mercy. Devotees are merciful because they spare the poor animals, and they are clean because they are free of contamination from unwanted foodstuff and unwanted habits. Austerity is represented by restricted sex life. These principles, indicated by the prayers of the four Kumaras, should be followed by the devotees who are engaged in Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Next sloka. न त्वं द्विजोत्तम कुलं यदि आत्मगोपं गोप्ता वृष स्वर्हणेन स सुनेत्रेण ताहि एव नङ्क्ष्यति शिवस्तव देवपन्था लोको ग्रहीष्यात् वृषभया हि तत् pranamam. Okay. Can somebody read the translation in purpose?
Sindhu Mataji, translation. Sindhu Mataji?
Yes,
Okay,
Mataji.
Shant. Yeah.
Pranam Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord, you are the protector of the highest of the twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and mild words, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general who act on the strength and authority of your Lordship. Purport.
Purport, Anita Mataji will read.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated by the Lord Himself that the acts and character of great authorities are followed by people in general. Leaders of ideal character are therefore needed in society. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in this material world just to show the example of perfect authority, and the people have to follow His path. The Vedic injunction is that one cannot understand the absolute truth simply by mental speculation or logical argument. One has to follow the authorities. Mahajano yena gata sapantaha. Great authorities should be followed. Otherwise, if we simply depend on the scriptures, we are sometimes misled by rascals, or else we cannot understand or follow the different spiritual injunctions. The best path is to follow the authorities. The four Brahmana sages stated that Krishna is naturally the protector of the cows and Brahmanas. Go Brahmana hitaya cha. When Krishna was on this planet, he set a practical example. He was a cowherd boy and he was very respectful to the Brahmanas and devotees. It is also affirmed herein that the Brahmanas are the best of the twice born. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas are all twice born, but the Brahmanas are the best. When there is a fight between two persons, each of them protects the upper part of his body, the head, the arms, and the belly. Similarly, for the actual advancement of human civilization, the best part of the social body, namely the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, the intelligent class of men, the military class, and the mercantile men, should be given special protection. Protection of the laborers should not be neglected, but special protection should be given to the upper orders. Of all classes of men, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas should be given special protection. They should be worshipped. When their protection is performed, it is just like worshipping God. That is not exactly protection. It is a duty. One should worship the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas by offering them all kinds of endowments and sweet words, and if one has no means to offer anything, he must at least use sweet words to pacify them. The Lord personally exhibited this behavior towards the Kumaras. Hare Krishna Mataji, someone can continue.
Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, purport, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, purport by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. If this system is not introduced by the leaders, the human civilization will be lost. When there is no protection and special treatment for persons who are devotees of the Lord, who are highly intelligent in spiritual life, then the whole society is lost. The word nankshayati indicates that such a civilization becomes spoiled and is inherited. The kind of civilization recommended is called Devapatha, which means the royal road of the demigods. Demigods are supposed to be fully fixed in devotional service or Krishna consciousness. That is the auspicious path that should be protected. If the authorities or the leaders of the society do not give special respect to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and do not offer them not only sweet words but all facilities, then the path of progress will be lost to human civilization. The Lord personally wanted to teach this, and therefore he offered so much praise to the Kumaras. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. तत्तेन विष्टम् इव सत्त्वनिधे विदिष्टः क्षेमं जनाय निजशक्तिभिर् उदरधारे नैतावथा त्रि अधिपतेर्बत विश्वभर्तुस् तेज शमं तेज शतं तु अनतस्य सेते विनोद. Yeah, somebody can read the translation purpose.
Shanti Mataji. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Translation Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of the three creations and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Thank you.
Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna was never reduced to his position by becoming a cowherd boy or by offering respect to Sudama, Brahmana, or his other devotees like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva, Maharaja Yudhishthira, and the Pandavas' mother Kunti. Everyone knew that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, yet his behavior was exemplary. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Satchitananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and is eternal. Because the living entities are his parts and parcels, originally they also belong to the same quality of eternal form as the Lord. But when they come in contact with Maya, the material potency, due to their forgetfulness, their existential constitution is covered. We should try to understand the appearance of Lord Krishna in the spirit, as the Kumaras pray to him. He is eternally a cowboy. He is eternally a cowherd boy at Vrindavana. He is eternally the leader of the battle of Kurukshetra, and he is eternally the opulent prince of Dwaraka and the lover of the damsels of Vrindavana. All his appearances are meaningful because they show his real characteristics to the conditioned souls who have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord. He does everything for their benefit. The force exhibited in the battle of Kurukshetra by the desire of Krishna and through the agency of Arjuna was also necessary because when people become too irreligious, force is required. Non-violence is disrespect, is rascalism. Thank you, Mataji. Danda Pranam.
Thank you very much, Mataji. So, first of all, this is, we are in which canto? This is canto?
Third canto, chapter 16.
Okay, what is the canto name?
Cursing
Jaya
not.
cursed by the
Cursed
sages.
and Vijaya. Cursed by
Canto name. I ask a canto. The name of the canto?
Jaya and Vijaya cursed by the
Status quo.
Status quo.
Hare Krishna devotees, the canto name, the name of the canto.
The status quo, bro.
status quo. Okay.
The status quo. Okay. So anybody knows all the 10 subjects that are discussed in the Bhagavatam? all the 10 subject matter that are discussed in Bhagavatam. So what is this? The status quo, all these things. What is this? Can somebody tell what are the 10 subject matter that are discussed in Shrimad Bhagavatam? And there is a sloka also for that. So if you know the sloka, it is very easy to tell.
Krishna, Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Uttaya, Manvantara, Ishanagata, Nirodha.
Atra Sargo, Visargo. Sloka.
Yeah. Yeah. So still nobody told me the full completely.
Prabhu, may I?
Yes, Mataji.
Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Uti, Manvantara, Ishanukata, Nirodha, Mukti, and Ashraya.
Very good. Thank you very much. There is a sloka 2.10.1. The second canto, chapter 10, text 1. It's a very important sloka. We have to memorize this sloka. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utaya manmantara ishanukata nirodha muktirashraya. So sarga visarga, which we already seen in canto 1 and canto 2. Canto 1, as I don't know, as I mentioned in the previous classes also. See, all the subjects are there in all the cantos. It is not that, this canto is only creation, this canto is only the cosmic manifestation, one canto is only talking about sarga, one canto is talking only about visarga. No, everything covers everything. But every canto as predominantly covered by one topic. So in canto 1 we saw sarga. Sarga, what is sarga?
Primary creation by the Supreme Lord. Creation by the Supreme Lord.
Primary creation by the Lord. So can I request devotees to answer so that I can call them. Yeah. So and then Visarga.
Secondary creation.
Anita Mataji.
Visarga is secondary creation by the Lord.
The secondary creation done by
Brahma
and all the other demigods, all the other the progenitors, everything. Okay. And then Sthanam. What is Sthanam? Chandana Mataji. Chandana Mataji, you just answer. Okay, Ramakrishnan Prabhu.
14 planetary systems are created. It's a
So the positioning of the planetary systems and the placing of the living entities in each planetary system. So that is Sthanam. And then Poshanam. What is Poshanam? Can somebody?
It's a maintaining and programming of.
Okay, so I'll call you Prabhu. Name, sir. I'll call. So the next one is Uti. Utaya or Uti. What is this? What is this?
It's an inclination.
Instruction.
Inclination to act.
Inclination, or it's called impetus.
Creative impetus.
Yeah, creative impetus. Creative impetus or inclination towards good or bad. This comes in the, I think, sixth canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam, where what is this? Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj story covers this Uti. Okay, so Poshanam. What is Poshanam?
Protection.
It's a maintaining of
protection for the devotees.
Lord nourishes Prabhu.
Yes, protection, a special protection offered by the Lord. That is called as Poshanam. And then Manvantara.
Manus, the region of Manus.
Very good. The region of Manus, like how different Manu comes and rules in different times. That is called as Manvantara. And then the next one is Ishanukata. What is Ishanukata?
How Lord.
The various incarnations of the Lord, the topics of Lord and his devotees.
Love for Lord.
Very good. You can call the love for God or the various incarnation. But basically, it presents you the signs of God. Ishanukata means systematically presenting the signs of the God. And then Nirodha. What is Nirodha?
Annihilation.
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 Back to order.
The winding up of the entire creation. Yeah, winding up or like annihilation or winding up the creation. And then what is the next one?
Mukti.
Is
Liberation.
Liberation.
Mukti is liberation. And Ashraya. What is Ashraya?
Shelter.
Shelter at the
Shelter.
Supreme Personality of God.
Very good. Shelter. The summum bonum of all the subjects. So there are 10 topics. All the 9 other topics are taking shelter of the 10th topic, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the 10 subject matter that are discussed in Shrimad Bhagavatam, and this canto 3 particularly discusses about the or predominantly on the topic of sthanam, like placing of all the planetary systems in various positions, and also placing of the living entities in each planetary system. So in this chapter particularly talks about the conversation between or the Jaya and Vijaya and the sages, and the sages cursing the Jaya and Vijaya, the doorkeepers of Sri Vaikuntha. Okay, so why this topic has come? So in the previous chapter, maybe you all must have come through this. So why suddenly this topic has come? Anybody remembers? Why this topic has come? Like, there is a Virat Rupa in the beginning, in the third canto, the beginning of the third canto, we must have seen the Virat Rupa, and then the time calculation, all these things comes. And then finally what happens? This katha comes. Anybody remember why this story has come? This katha of this supreme, particularly about this Jaya and Vijaya.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'll just try,
Yes.
Prabhuji. That how cautious we should be that it is doing Vaishnava aparadha can halt in our bhakti, progress in our bhakti, Prabhuji. Is it to teach
Very
us?
good. Very good. That's the essence. That is maybe that may be a takeaway. But my question is, what has led? See, Maitreya Muni was discussing this with who? These stories are discussed between who?
Vidura and Maitreya.
Vidura.
Very good. Vidura and Maitreya, they are discussing. And Maitreya Muni was discussing about certain other things, and suddenly this topics comes. Why?
It is in continuation with Diti's behavior, Prabhuji, and that's why it continues how she got Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakasha, and how the curse.
Okay. So actually, what happened?
Prabhuji, is it about giving explanation to the Varaha Avatara which has taken place earlier?
Yes, very good, very good. So the Lord, Sukadeva Goswami, he described the Varaha Avatara after the creation, everything. After the the third canto, beginning of the third canto, he describes all the how the Lord created everything, the Virat Rupa, the time, everything was done, and then he narrates the pastime of Varahadev. So when Varahadev story was described, when Varadev's pastime was described, Vidura becomes very inquisitive to know about who is this demon, because that is a demon. How he came, Hiranyaksha, he came and fought. Lord killed Hiranyaksha. This, that story was very shortly described by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. So Vidura became very inquisitive. He wanted to know who is this and how he has become a demon. So when he asked this question, then the Maitreya Muni started narrating the story of this demons. Who's that? Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and how they took birth. You all know that. Maybe you were those who took the class in the past would have told the story, because that comes in the each chapter by chapter it comes, like how Diti got pregnancy at a wrong time, and then she gave birth to two demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And then as it continues, the story continues that who they are, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, who are they? They are actually the gatekeepers of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Vishnu, Vaikuntha planets. So we all know this story, most of you, Jaya and Vijaya. So Jaya and Vijaya, they are the doorkeepers in the Vaikuntha, and they were cursed by the four sages, the four Brahmana sages, the sons of Brahma. And what is that story? They were created actually by Lord Brahma to create population in this entire universe. But what happened when they came to the material world, or when they were created, they understood that this all is waste of time. They want to attain liberation. So it's this creation, producing children, all these things is not going to suit them. They don't want to do that, and they cursed themselves to be a small boy only, so that they don't grow at all. Although they grow, their body will not grow than a small boy's. So even though they are old, they are always looking very young and very effulgent because of their austerity that they performed. And they also cursed themselves, like they don't want to grow. So they don't develop any desires, including sex desires. So this is the story of these four sages. So when these four sages, the sons of Brahma, they decided not to do that, and then Brahma he becomes angry, and then we all know the story. And then he has created some other Prajapatis who can populate the entire creation. So this is how the story goes. And then what happened? These four sages, actually, they were not pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. They were actually a kind of impersonalist. But one day they desired to see the personality of the personality of the Godhead, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they came to Vaikuntha, and where because it's Vaikuntha means it's not what I would say. It's not a normal place. Although they are the great sages, they can enter. But when the Jaya and Vijaya, they saw the body, they were not dressed properly. Of course, they were not wearing any dress. So they're not wearing any dress. They are some small boys. So when the Jaya and Vijaya, they saw, they thought, okay, these people are not allowed to enter the Vaikuntha planet because they are not dressed up properly. So they stopped them, thinking that they are very small boys and they are not having the maturity, or not wearing proper dresses, so that they cannot go to or enter the Vaikuntha planet. So when they were when they were stopped, and then we all know that the four sages, the four Kumaras, becomes very, very very angry, upset, and then they curse the two gatekeepers, Jaya and Vijaya. So very importantly, what we have to understand in this, when they cursed, the Lord personally comes out of the Vaikuntha and asks for forgiveness. I hope you all would have read or heard this in the previous chapter, the Lord personally comes out and regrets for the mistake that was committed by his servants who are Jaya and Vijaya. So this is a very important lesson that we have to, remember that when we become a leader, whether in a spiritual, in the spiritual life or the material life, we have to understand that as a leader, we become responsible for others' mistake. If one of your team member or one of your devotee who is who is serving under you commits a mistake, we should take the responsibility and beg for forgiveness. Because sometimes what happens even among the devotee communities, this is very common in the corporate world, in the material world. Like there will be a manager or somebody who's a manager managing a team, and if something goes wrong, they will blame others. They will try to fix the problems on the team members, and they try to eliminate them, terminate them from the job. All these things happens. And similarly, when there is something achieved, the same manager, what he will do, he will claim everything to be his own. Like he will go up, he will tell all his managers and his bosses that he did this job and his team was very nice, and he was able to guide the team, and he achieved that success by his intelligence. They all do this. This is very common in the corporate world, except very few people. Similarly, even in the devotee communities now, it is nowadays that people blame other devotees. When somebody is serving under you, and you are guiding them, nurturing them, and if they commit a mistake, as a leader, we have the responsibility, and we have to do necessary action to correct the situation and beg for the forgiveness. So it's not that when somebody commits a mistake, we blame them and we chastise them, all these things. So we have to accept the responsibility. That is one of the very important leadership quality which is exhibited by the Lord himself. Because all the leadership quality comes from the Lord. Every quality comes from the Lord. The Lord is the cause of all the causes. So we can see that these qualities are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Lord personally comes out and begs for forgiveness from the Supreme Personality. From the Brahmanas, from the four Kumaras. The four Kumaras, seeing the personality of the Godhead, they never seen such a effulgent personality. They struck with awe, and they completely mesmerized by the beauty of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and the lotus. The smell coming from the sandalwood pulp mixed with tulsi. So they were completely astonished to see the personal form of the Lord, because they were actually impersonalists. And then they realized their mistake, and then they were glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One minute. So they were glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because they understood that the Lord is the cause of all causes. Okay, so the first sloka, the text 21, they are saying, "O Lord, you are exceedingly attached to the activities of your pure devotees, yet you are never attached to the goddess of fortune, who constantly engage in your transcendental loving service." So very important thing is that the Lord is completely attached to his pure devotee. The one of the quality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Bhakta Vatsala. The Lord has many other qualities, but amongst all the qualities, the Lord takes the quality of Bhakta Vatsala whenever required, and when he takes that quality, all the other quality become the servant of that particular quality. So we can see from the past time of Bhishma Dev, Like Bhishma Dev took a vow to kill Arjuna on a particular day of the war. But the Lord, also, if you remember the beginning of the Mahabharata war, I'm not sure whether I told this in this class or some other class. If I'm repeating it, it's okay. You can hear the story again. So the Lord took the vow that he will not fight, and he will not take any weapon, and he will only stay as a charioteer. And then on the other side, the whole Narayana Sena, the Yadu Sena, can be taken. So we all know that he took the Yadu Sena. Who's that? Duryodhan took the Yadu Sena, and Arjuna selected the Lord to be on his side. So the Lord took a vow, took a promise that he will not fight, he will not take any weapon. But when Bhishma Dev was fighting very ferociously on the particular day of war, when he took a vow to kill Arjuna, the Lord actually came out of the chariot. He took the wheel of a chariot and he went to attack Bhishma Dev like a lion chasing an elephant to kill it. So, very importantly, we have to understand from this pastime that the Lord doesn't care about his own vows. He goes extra mile. He takes all necessary steps to protect his devotees. So that is the quality that here it is glorified by the four Kumaras. You are exceedingly attached to the activities of your pure devotees. So in the life of Prabhupada also we can see that Prabhupada was protected personally by Lord Shri Krishna when he was going in the ship, to propagate the holy names of the Lord and to propagate the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he was going in the cargo ship, he got mild heart attacks. And one more heart attack, Prabhupada would have been dead. So Prabhupada took complete shelter of Krishna, and Krishna protected protected Prabhupada. And once, if you read Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita, Prabhupada, once he reached America, the captain told Prabhupada that he has never seen the Atlantic Ocean so quiet. Yeah. So because why? Lord Shri Krishna took charge of the ship, and the Atlantic Ocean was so quiet because Atlantic Ocean is generally very, very rough. So if one more rough sea Prabhupada has to cross, then if he gets one more heart attack, then he may die. But Krishna took charge of it. Krishna protected Prabhupada, because of which we all are sitting here and discussing Shrimad Bhagavatam. In the life of Raghunath Goswami also, Raghunath Goswami was so much attached to the holy names of the Lord, and he was staying in the banks of Radhakund, and he was chanting the holy names of the Lord all the time in the Radhakund, sitting on the banks of Radhakund. One time he was sitting and chanting. There was one tiger, because when he chants, he becomes completely absorbed. He doesn't see what is happening around. It is not like we do Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, and then we take the phone and chant. This finger is always out, and then we chant again, then we do this. So not like that. But Raghunath Goswami, he chanted the holy names, pure holy names, and there was a tiger who came to drink water in the Radhakund, and then when the tiger, they both were in very close proximity, and at this time immediately Lord Shri Krishna appeared there, giving up his flute, and he took the form of Ramachandra. He did not take the form of Ramachandra. He took the weapons of Ramachandra, that bow and arrow, and he was ready to shoot the tiger if in case the tiger jumps on Raghunath Goswami. So this is the quality of Lord Shri Krishna, to protect his devotees, because he's so much attached to his devotees. We can see from the Ambrish Maharaj in the Bhagavatam, we can see how Ambrish Maharaj was protected from the demon created by Durvasuna. So that is the quality of Lord Shri Krishna. Similarly, the another quality, Prabhupada writes in the purport, that he never attached to any of the opulence that he enjoys in the Vaikuntha. He is completely renounced. He is one of the qualities, the six among the six opulences of the Supreme Lord. One of the opulence that he holds is renunciation. Although he is, is fully famous, is full of wealth, is full of beauty, full of knowledge, he is not attached to any of these things. He is completely renounced, even from Mother Lakshmi, who serves the Supreme Lord in the Vaikuntha Purana. So that is the very important thing that we have to remember from this sloka. So the next sloka, because that's why that the four Kumaras they're glorifying. Oh Lord, you are attached to the activities of your pure devotees. So the next one, you are the personification of all religion. Okay, so and you are appearing in 3 millenniums. You protect this universe, and by your grace, everything happens. So they are praying to who's that? Who's that? The four Kumaras praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead to drive away the Rajas and Tamas, because when you are in Rajas and Tamaguna, you cannot perform devotional service. You can also do, but devotional service in the Rajaguna and Tamaguna also can be performed. But doing in the Satyaguna is more helpful, favorable for devotional service. Can you scroll down, Mataji? So the Lord appears, the Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Lord is addressed in this verse as Tri Yuga, who appears in all 3 millenniums. Yeah, the Lord appears in every Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and even in the Kali Yuga. But in the Kali Yuga, he is kept as a Channa Avatar. Channa Avatar means secret incarnation. He doesn't comes like Narsingadev or Varaha or Krishna or Ramachandra. No, he doesn't come like that. He comes as a devotee of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Who is that? Who is the Channa Avatar?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of all the incarnation. So we don't understand, don't think that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is another incarnation who appeared in the Kali Yuga. No, he is Sakshat Krishna. He is the same Krishna who is the source of all the incarnations, who is the source of all the creation, who is the source of the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, and the Ksirodakasha Vishnu. Okay, so the Lord comes as a Channa Avatara to preach the message of. So Prabhupada writes here in the purport, Lord Chaitanya is called covered because although he is Krishna himself, he presents himself as a devotee of Krishna, not directly Krishna. The devotees prayed to Lord Chaitanya, therefore, to eliminate their stock of passion and ignorance. So if we take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can remove the passion and ignorance which is very, very troublesome, or which may not help us to do the devotional service to that extent. Okay, and I'm just saying the purport. And then the four Kumaras were cognizant of their situation in the modes of passion and ignorance, because although in Vaikuntha they want to curse the devotees of the Lord. So it's very, very important. So this they understood the four Kumaras. They understood they are in the mode of passion and ignorance, because if you are in for example the Savanamani when Parikshit Maharaj went and he put the garland of that sage. What's the sage name?
Samikrishi.
Sorry?
Samikrishi, Prabhu.
Samikya Rishi, correct. Samikya Rishi. When Parikshit Maharaj went and put the dead snake as a garland, he was not agitated because he was completely absorbed in the trance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, and then he was not agitated. When he got up also, when he saw the dead snake, he was not agitated. But when he heard that his son Sindri has already cursed, he felt very bad for the son. Like because he understood sometimes kings do this, but it is not because they want to insult the brahmanas or the sages, but sometimes they out of some other guna acting on them, they do it. So Samyaka Rishi understood this, but he actually condemned the activity of his son Shrindi. So pure devotees, they don't have this, they won't be affected by the Raja and Tamoguna. Like in the I think in the Canto 3. Who's that? No, not Canto 3 or Canto 4. I'm not sure. The story of Lord Shiva and Daksha, the pastime of Lord Shiva and Daksha, where you can see. Yes, Canto 4. So in that one, if you see, Lord Shiva was completely absorbed in the meditation of the Supreme Lord when Daksha entered. Daksha became affected seeing Lord Shiva didn't stand up. But Lord Shiva was completely not worried about what is happening around. And even when Daksha told very bad things about Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva did not retaliate. And then he just left the place. Because the pure devotees are not agitated by anything else. Like, Prabhupada says, once greatness is tested or, is proved by how they react to the provoking situation. Like we can say, I am great, you can have some great qualities, but some situation will come in your life to provoke you, and how you react to that will determine how great you are. So they understood that 4 Kumara understood that they are in the mode of passion and ignorance. So they're praying to the Lord to remove the ignorance. Yeah. So that is the summary of this sloka. And then the next one. Okay. Oh Lord, you are the protector of the highest of the twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and mild words, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general who act on strength and authority of your Lordship. So you can see here, the Lord is glorified as the protector of the highest of the twice born. Like who is the twice born? The Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are considered to be the twice born. And also there is the mantra, the pranam mantra for the Supreme Lord is also Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Dacha. So the Lord is the protector of the Brahmanas. Yeah. So if the Lord does not protect the Brahmanas, if the Brahmanas does not follow the path of Krishna consciousness, then they will be rejected by the people in general. And why? Because the Brahmanas are supposed to act under the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can see in the example of who is that? Bali Maharaj rejecting Sukracharya. Yeah, Sukracharya told no, this is Lord Vishnu, and he told Bali Maharaj, oh Bali, my dear Bali, don't give him any promises, don't give him what he asks, because he is Lord Vishnu and he is going to cheat you. And then Bali Maharaj immediately rejected Sukracharya, saying that if this person is Lord Vishnu, if this Brahmana is a Lord Vishnu, then what's wrong in surrendering to him? Because so if anybody leads you away from God, any Brahmana, or the so-called Brahmanas, or anybody who is in the disguise of a Brahmana, but does an act which takes you away from Krishna, which takes you away from Lord Vishnu, then that person should be rejected because they are not working under the auspicious authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so there is a sloka also, because I didn't prepare. So there's a sloka, Yad Yad Acharate Shreshas. Yeah, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Acharate Shreshas Tat Tat Yevataro Jana. So what is the sloka? Yad Yad Acharate Shreshas. Like if the common people will follow the footsteps of the great personalities. So that is why the great person, the leaders of the society, the leaders in the temple, the leaders of the Bhakti Isha group have a greater responsibility, because you are followed by many other people. Whether you know it or not, but you need to understand that you have a higher responsibility so that people can follow you and follow the footsteps. Even as a parent, as a father, as a mother, we have a higher responsibility because your children are following your footsteps. So, the common people will follow the footsteps of the great personalities. So here in this purport, Prabhupada talks about Mahajano Yena Gata Sa Pantaha. So who are the Mahajana? Who are the great personalities? They are, there is a sloka also. Swayambhu Narada Swayambhu Narada Manu Kumaro Kapilo. So Swayambhu Narada Sambhu Kumaro Kapilo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishmo Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. So there are 12 Mahajans. Yeah. So who are they? Why they are called as Mahajans? Because they exactly followed Krishna consciousness, the Vedas, the injunctions of the Vedas perfectly, and become Krishna consciousness. So we are to take the guidance or follow the footsteps of the Mahajans, and if through the scriptures. But if that is not possible for you, then follow the footsteps of the acharyas. Like we have our 6 Goswamis, we have our Namascharya, Srila Haridas Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, our own gurus, So all of them set a great example how to, behave, how to act, and how to reject if somebody is taking us away from Krishna consciousness. So that is the summary of this. This sloka, and then the next one, I think 24, the last one. Okay, so dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of 3 creations and the maintainer of entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastime. Jai. So, what they are saying? They are saying that just because you are coming and asking forgiveness, because you are showing you are submissive, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. We cannot think, or we should not think, oh, see the Supreme Lord, but he is begging for forgiveness, and he is seeking forgiveness from these 4 young boys, and then how can he be the Supreme Lord? No, that is why, just to clarify that point, okay, these 4 Kumaras are saying that your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastime. Like, it's very important that as a leader, we should never become puffed up. We should become submissive. We become humble. We should show that really we care for the people. And we, it should not be like a words we are saying, oh, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. We should feel it from the heart. Many times we say Dandavat Pranam, but it's just as a formality. But we should feel that we have the gratitude to our seniors, to gratitude to our leaders in the society. So, the Lord never wants to destroy the path of auspiciousness, because the Lord is all auspicious, and whatever he does is also auspicious, and because he is the reservoir of all auspiciousness and goodness. Okay, and for the benefit of the people in general, the Lord also destroys the evil people. So what they are trying to say, that although we behaved like an evil, because they came to Vaikuntha, they cursed the Brahmanas, they cursed the Jaya and Vijaya, or the servants of the Supreme Lord. They felt that they behaved like an evil. Although you have all the rights to destroy us, but still you become submissive, and because of your submissive nature, your potency is not degraded. It is not reduced. So we should always understand, when the Lord appears as a Varaha, a boar, we should not think that, oh, boar is filthy, a boar is inauspicious. No, Varaha is Varaha. Although he is Varaha, his potency is never reduced. He is the same personality of the God. He has the full potency to create and annihilate the entire creation. So that is what you have to understand. When Lord Shri Krishna appeared as the Bali, appeared as a Vaman Dev, when he was a small dwarf, you cannot underestimate that. Oh, he's a small dwarf Brahmana. What potency he will have? No, when he's shown the real potency, he covered the 3 worlds in only 2 steps. Yeah. Similarly, when Lord Shri Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does so many acts which are almost common to us. Like, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing? He's doing Kirtan. We are also doing the same Kirtan. What he does? He chants. We are also chanting. What he does? He goes to Parikrama. We are also doing that Parikrama. So we should not think, oh, that he's doing the activities which are very much similar to the human. Oh, he is also one of the human. No, he's coming and showing, and he is exhibiting his activities because so that the humans can follow like what he has done, and humans can get attracted, and human can relate with him. Like if I say, oh, the boar avatar came, and we cannot, relate with the boar incarnation, but we can relate with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is why whenever Lord appears in whatever incarnation or whatever form that he takes, his potency is never diminished, and that is why that 4 Kumaras are praying to them to kill the evil. To kill the evil within themselves. Okay, so I think I'll stop here. Maybe if any questions are there, because it's already 4 minutes past 9 here. That's like maybe 10:34 in India. So, any questions?
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji, if you have any question, please. Yes, Mataji. I was calling out Anita Mataji's and Ramakrishna Prabhuji's names. Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ramakrishna Prabhu, please go ahead.
Please.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandal Pranams. So, as you said, that this pranams which we are saying every time, it's not coming from the heart. So, it's just only the mouth which is uttering the words. So, like if it has to come from the heart, what is the procedure? Like how we can do that if it has to come from the heart? That is my first question. The second question is, you were talking about the provoking situation. So like how Lord Shiva was very calm even when Daksha was provoking him. So yeah, in this material world, as this is age of Kali, it's not at all possible for us to keep quiet when there is some provoking situation to speak of practically. So yes, theoretically we hear all these kathas, everything. So even Prahlad Maharaj also was very much tolerating in all the situations. Even Haridas Thakur also. But still, it's all only about theoretical. So how to implement that practically, Prabhuji?
Okay. First, to answer your first question, that we have to show our gratitude to our any gurus. Like we should like we may got some little knowledge from someone. We may got some little knowledge from some other guru. Like we have many siksha gurus. Like sometimes we take siksha from some gurus, and then later we become inimical to that with the same guru. Sometimes we learn from some gurus, and then we hate that guru later on. It depends on certain situations, but we have to understand that tolerance is very, very important. And only one thing you have to remember to answer that first question: Trinadapi Sunichena. Mahaprabhu told Trinadapi Sunichena. Remember this, that whatever happens in your life, you have to be very, very we have to become humble and tolerant, so that we can cultivate, and then so that automatically you will do the pranams from your heart. So we have to remember that Trinadapi Sunichena for both the situations, Mataji, for paying obeisances also, and also you have to when tough situation comes in your life, you have to remember Trinada Pisunichena, because we have to understand that the provoking situations are happening in our life because of something has happened in our life in the past. Is the karma that you are it's coming back to you, and you try to adjust and counteract it. It will make it worse. So rather than you just accept, for example, when Mother Earth was praying, when Mother Earth went when Parikshit Maharaj saw the very pitiable condition of Mother Earth, he immediately wanted to kill that Kali. At that time, he asked, "So, is this the person who is cause of your situation?" Mother Earth said, "No, I am going through my own sufferings. Nobody is responsible of my own suffering, like my suffering." So, if we understand that our sufferings are happening because of our past deeds, then we will automatically become situated and we will become humble. So, if we think, why this person is doing to me, why then I have to retaliate, then it will create, it will not make you great in that situation. But if you become humble, Trinada Pisuni Chena, tolerant, then you can overcome the situation very easily. That makes you great. Later, one day or other, the people will realize how great you are because of exhibiting that tolerance and humility. Okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. To some extent, it's fine. So what I understand is it's only through our anarthas that the karmas which we have got from our previous lives that we are facing all these things in this life. And to be fortunate in this moment that we are realizing also, okay, maybe I'm getting this because of that those past deeds. And also the person who is creating that is just an instrument, as Prabhupada always says.
Yeah, exactly. Only the instrument. He is only just an instrument. The person who is creating the situation for you is just an instrument. But everything is
in my case,
by the Lord.
because instead of being thankful to that person, it's like again.
Yeah, you have to be actually thankful. You have to be thankful. For example, but one thing you have to remember, that whatever the situation that you are going through, if you are in Krishna consciousness, as you mentioned, you can understand that it's because of my past deed. That itself is a great fortune, because the people common outside, they don't understand this. When there is a suffering, they suffer a lot. Even a small suffering, they cannot tolerate. And here, for us, we understand, for a devotee, Lord Shri Krishna reduces a big amount of suffering, a huge, like a ocean of suffering, to a small, water, which can be contained in your hand. So that you have to understand, because the Lord concentrates all your karma and try to eliminate many of your karma just by giving you little stuff. That you have to understand. Okay.
Thank you. So
Thank
it's
you,
like
Mataji.
a bag full of mustard seeds we have. So it is reduced to one mustard seed. So that's how my understanding is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. So I just wanted to say that Diti's request to the Rishi and the four Kumaras cursing and Jai Vijaya insulting the four Kumaras. So all these are just because this is my understanding, Prabhuji. I just wanted to find it whether it is right or not. So these are all these things have been they occurred because Lord Krishna wanted to fight with others. He had the desire. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I heard this pastime from someone else. So that see, the Lord enjoys all the rasas with his devotees.
Yes.
But there is a virya rasa also. There is a rasa. There is a 5 primary rasas. There is other secondary rasas. So there is a virya rasa. Virya rasa means fighting, giving that fight. So if somebody has to fight with the Lord, then there must be a compatible person who can fight with the Lord. Not Tom, Dick, and Harry can fight with the Lord. So there must be a person who is equivalent to the Lord. So that's why these people are cursed, so that they can appear as demons, and they can fight and give the pleasure to Lord Shri Krishna or Supreme Lord the Virya Rasa by serving the Lord in the Virya Rasa.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So here, because should Diti should feel guilty because she had that desire at that time, or just because it is all because of the Lord Krishna's, desire, or how she should feel, Prabhuji, or Kumaras or Jai Vijaya. So
Actually,
they get?
If you, as we go in the fourth canto, you will see Diti regrets actually. But in that purport, Prabhupada, many purports, Prabhupada is also speaks about Kashyapa Muni as well. Because Kashyapa Muni is supposed to be very strong. Like, he's a Muni. He's a great personality. He's one of the Prajapatis. So he has to be strong, and he should control Diti, saying that this is not the right time for union. But he also accepted the proposal of Diti and united with her at the wrong time, and giving birth to these demons. And again, the Lord has to appear, and the Lord appears through these activities only. So Diti actually regrets. If as we go, when you go to the fourth canto, you will see Diti regrets actually after union. She regrets because immediately she came to know that she is going to give birth to great demons, and she doesn't want to do that. And she, held Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha for so many years in the womb only, and then only they appeared. So Diti actually regrets, which is very good, but it happens by the will of the Lord as well. But the lesson we have to remember from that past time is that we should follow the injunctions, the scriptural injunctions. So whatever prohibitions are there at a particular time, or for doing, not only for union or intercourse, for anything else, there are some prohibitions, there are some prescriptions. So we have to follow that, so that we can please the Lord.
So whatever happens is not just because of us, but because of the Lord's desire, Prabhuji. Is that what we can think of? Not how should we take it, Prabhuji?
That means that means you are completely idle. No? You have your own free will. The Lord permits, okay, but you are the doer. You are doing it, and the Lord permits it. But Lord is a sarva karana karana. He is the cause of all the causes. But the immediate cause is you and your desires and your will. Because the Lord never touches the free will of any individual. For example, even when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, at the end, Krishna says, Arjuna, that now I have given you the knowledge. Now you decide whether you want to fight or not. Because Lord is not forcing or imposing anything on anyone. So the Lord is telling, these are the injunctions, these are the things. I gave you the knowledge. Now you decide and fight. Whether you want to fight or not, it's up to you. Then Arjuna says, no, I will fight. Okay. So similarly, the Lord gives us in the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord tells, once the creation is done, once the living entities are put into the womb of the mother, as soon as the creation is there, immediately the Vedas and all the Vedic injunctions are there. He sends along with the creation, he creates this one also, sends it along with them for the human or people in general for the benefit of the people in general. So when you follow the Shastra injunctions and practice things, you will not get misguided, and at the same time, Lord permits all your desires. But for example, even if you get some bad desires, bad thoughts, bad activities, that is also permitted by the Lord, because the Lord is called as Upadrishta Hanumanta. That is the sloka in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is the Upadrishta and Hanumanta. So he is overseer and he is a permitter of all the activities that we do. And every activity we are doing, it's because of our, the baggage that we carry within our heart, the karma that we have, and whatever the desires that we have, which is simply permitted and allowed by the Supreme Lord. He is the root cause, or the cause of all causes.
One last question, Prabhuji. One last question. So does Vijaya and Jai Vijaya, they had any baggage, Prabhuji, so that they had to take birth as demons here?
No. They are actually
It's
already
just
a pure devotees. Why the Vaikuntha devotees in the Vaikuntha will have a baggage? They took birth because they were thinking to give pleasure to the Lord in a virya rasa. They were thinking that, oh, the Lord is so nice. Who will give him this virya rasa? The pleasure of virya rasa. So that they decided, that they developed a desire to give that pleasure of virya rasa, so that immediately this happens, and then they take birth and they give the pleasure of virya rasa to the Supreme Lord, and then they go back home, back to God.
okay. Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Maharaj. I'm not sure whether I answered your questions completely, but please, if you have any further clarification, you can take my number and WhatsApp me. But you can take my number from Narayani Maji and WhatsApp me. Okay.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, one last question, Prabhuji. I don't know whether it is a silly question or not. You just said Jaya Vijaya did not have any baggage, but they still wanted to give the pleasure of Virya Rasa to the God. And after that, they went back to Godhead, na Prabhuji. So in that case, their position will be taken by somebody else, is it, Prabhuji? Is
Okay.
Jaya Vijaya position also like Brahma's?
No. Okay, I'll explain this in a way. So you need to understand this. Okay. So first of all, there is no time in the spiritual world. All of you know this, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
There is no time. Okay. For example, what's your good name, Mataji?
Meenakshi.
Meenakshi. Meenakshi Mataji, for example, you are supposed to be in the Krishna Loka or in the Goloka. You are there. Actually, you were there, and then we fell from there. You know, some people argue that we didn't fail, but doesn't matter. Now we are in the material world. Now we have to see how we can go back. The first point is, you are in the Goloka Dham, and your position is to pluck mangoes and give it to the Supreme Lord. This is, or to give it to a Manjari or to a Saki. This is your service.
Okay, Prabhuji.
And you felt like, you know, one day you used to do this for many years, and one day you developed a desire. You plucked the mango and you saw, okay, why I cannot eat this mango? Why I have to give it to Krishna? So this is like enjoying away from Krishna. You developed a mentality to enjoy away from Krishna. So the moment you fall, so the moment you think, you fall from that position immediately. Okay. And then you come, take birth, go through all these things. Again, the Lord climbs you back. You become Krishna consciousness, perfected your life, and you went back on to Goloka. Okay. And for that, the whole lifetime that you are going through is just a moment in the Goloka Vrindavan. You understand? So when you fall down, that service is empty. Nobody is going to take the service. Your service will be there. When you go back to Goloka, your service, what you used to do, will be there for you forever. So we have to understand that our services, we left the services and we came to this material world. So we must develop the anxiety to go back to that particular, to the eternal abode and continue our services, so that we can become stronger in our Krishna consciousness. So when you fall, you know, you go through the whole cycle, and again when you're perfect, you go back again, you're within the same mango, and now your consciousness is changed. You go back to Krishna and offer the same mango to Krishna. Okay.
Prabhuji, so this is possible. This is possible because of the difference of timelines, na Prabhuji?
There's no difference of, there is no time only. What is the difference of time? There's no time only.
Here I'm saying in material world,
like for example,
time, here it's not.
Yeah, there is time only in the material world, no? For example, there is a time difference between Brahmaloka and our planet.
Yes,
Brahmaloka, just 1 minute is like, you know, for us it's millions of years.
Yes,
But in Goloka, there is no time. So it's like a momentary absence from your service.
Okay, Prabhuji.
But
Thank
again,
you so much.
It's you are away from the Lord, so we must be anxious to go back to that Goloka Dham and take the service back again.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ramakrishna Prabhu has any doubt, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. I have no one doubt. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like like whatever happen in our life, that person is creating the situation is a instrument and to us, like instrument to us. But for him also it is a karma, Prabhuji.
Yeah. See, we all meet people, and sometimes you meet some people, you meet first time, but you like that person so much, you don't know why you are liking that person. But sometimes you meet some people, you are meeting him for the first time, but you develop a lot of hatred toward that person. Like, sometimes you see somebody, you want to punch him immediately for no reason only. So this all comes from your past lives. So we meet people, it's not just because of our, it's not accidental, it is all because of our past deeds. So we meet people trouble you, or we trouble others, or we go through certain situation, everything because happens of your past deeds. And the person who is causing you trouble, he is also going through certain things, and he is trying to get rid of all these things through you, that way.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so like for example, and Arjuna is like Karna has so much of envy with Arjuna. But why? Because it is coming from the past lives. Like, because he was a demon, and you like the Arjuna was a Naranarayana rishis, all the stories. But this is all coming from the past life. So the moment, like, he was able to tolerate everyone, but whenever he sees Arjuna and Arjuna's prowess, he becomes completely envious. Why this is coming? It is coming from the previous life. So like that, we meet people, people do some things to us, and we do certain things to them. It is because of our previous acts, previous lives.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, but like few people we are very close, and we are it's very much attracted. For few people, still we are enemy. Even though if we are in good, also, like if we are doing good, also for a few people, still they treat it as something like some bad. But that is also like because of past life.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you help people, so for no reason you will help some unknown person. Why? Because he must have done something for you in the past lives. For no reason we sometimes become envious or inimical with someone. Why? Because it comes from the previous life. So that we have to understand, and we have to try to rectify it in this life. Like, we should understand, okay, I should not become inimical, I should not become envious, I should become good, we should exhibit behaviors which are Vaishnava behaviors, be kind to everyone, be gentle to others, all these things. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. It's very, very understood.
So, Prabhu, if we change our attitude, both sides benefit, Prabhuji?
Both sides, of course.
Both sides means the person who's harming us, and we tolerate, and then both sides benefit.
No, it is beneficial for you, definitely. How it is beneficial to the other person, I am not sure, but it depends on what situation, because it goes by situation to situation. But for example, if somebody is coming to kill you, you cannot become tolerant and say yes. No, you have to provoke. You need to act, and you need to protect yourself from the danger. So that you have to do. Even the demigods also does that. When there is a demons comes and attacks, they don't say, yes, it is my karma, I'm going to, now you can kill me. No, they also try, retaliate, do all these things. So the point is, it depends on situation. So particularly I'm talking about I'm not worried about the outside the community, but I'm particularly talking about the devotee community. Sometimes devotees also do something which may not be liked by you, or which may not be seen as good for you. But for example, if you have become a devotee and you have to get rid of your karma, or your deeds from the past life, then who will come and give it to you? Only the devotees will give you. For example, your association with the outside world is very limited. You are mostly associating the devotees, and then you have to get rid of your karma. Then who will give that? The situation. Only the devotees will create the situation to test your tolerance, to test your patience, to test your humility, to test your everything. The devotees will come and create situation. Yeah, don't immediately. We should not. That's why we should not immediately understand. Oh, see, this is a devotee, but he is doing this to me. He is doing that to me. He is not a nice devotee. He's so bad. People start talking bad about others. All these things should not happen. We have to understand that devotee means we are going through a situation because we are mostly like for example, 90% of your time you are associating with the devotees, and you expect someone else to come and give you that problem to you or create the situation for you. No, it's only the devotee will create it. So we have to understand and we have to become tolerant so that in that case the situation can be very much improved. Like instead of chastising, telling bad about other devotee, you become humble, tolerant, and there you exhibit your, because yes, Mataji or Prabhu, I'm going through this because of my past life. Then the situation will become better.
Yes, Prabhu, understood. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. So I think we should stop here. It's going to be 11 o'clock. So Narayan Mataji, thank you so much. I think you may have some other classes, or I don't know if Mataji is still there. So thank you very much. Thanks to all the devotees for your.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful session, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji ki jai.
Grandhara Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, all Matajis and Prabhujis, I have an announcement to make as said by Nupur Mataji, Narayani Mataji. Like tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we have class on deity worship. And this is what the announcement has to be done. So
Same
Mataji
time,
had
Mataji?
asked me to do.
The same time?
Class on deity worship. Yes, Mataji. Deity
Yeah,
worship.
okay.
So
Okay, thank you.
he has requested everyone to attend, Mataji. And
Okay,
thank you so
dear
much,
devotees,
Prabhuji, for the
Mataji.
class. Wonderful class. Dandavat Pranams,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very much, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
I'm leaving.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, it was requested by Narayani Mataji for all of us not to miss tomorrow and after sessions. And thank you so much.
Same time, no, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, same time.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I will end the
Hare
session.
Krishna.
I will end the session, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.